Hello everyone, friends. Today we're back on our channel with a new video in which we'll talk about and show you the operation of the Whatsminer M61 ASIC. We'll go over the stated specifications, test them under real working conditions, discuss some of its features, the new innovations, and of course we'll calculate the profitability of this device at the current moment. So regarding the stated specifications, this is a model with 204 terahash with an energy efficiency of 19.9 watts per terahash, which gives us a power consumption of 4060 watts. As for the external features, it's the same familiar form factor from Whatsminer. The case, the control board, the power supply unit, two powerful 9-amp fans at the intake and exhaust. But there is one feature. We immediately notice that the power supply already comes with the more powerful connector. The power supply model is P739A, and this unit already outputs 16 volts. Let me remind you, Whatsminer used to have 12, 14 and now 16 volts for air-cooled models. Also, the declared power of this power supply is 5000 watts, which gives us about a kilowatt of headroom for overclocking this ASIC. Well, now we're really starting up this device and checking its actual performance. So the device is up and running. We are now in the Overview tab. Our ASIC is the M61 revision VK30, control board H616, and power supply P739A. Our firmware version is the latest from 2025. Now let's move on to miner status and check the parameters. The device has already tuned itself and has been running for 33 minutes, almost 34. The hash rate is exactly 205 terahash with a power consumption of 4224 watts. This is the normal mode. We have 3 boards, each with 188 chips. To the right here, the temperature of the boards themselves is shown, not the chips, don't confuse them. And the upfrec completed column. Let me pause here for a moment. The ones next to each board indicate that auto-tuning is complete. When we first start the device, it begins tuning itself, and here we'll see zeros. The hash rate might be low, while the power consumption is high, and many people think, especially when comparing it to the Antminer, that they've turned on the device and something is going wrong. In reality, this is its normal operating mode. As soon as the Whatsminer is powered on, it immediately starts tuning itself, so there's no need to worry here. As soon as auto-tuning is finished, the device will reboot and reach the declared hash rate. So your device is working just fine. So we've recorded the normal mode at 205 terahash. Next, we will go to the miner configuration tab, specifically power, and here we will select one of the available modes. We're presently on normal. Well, let's subsequently choose low and then thoroughly check its parameters. Click Save immediately. Wait for it to apply. The ASIC will reboot and start the auto-tune process again. You can see here everything is at 0, and basically the hash rate and power consumption are also at 0. The device startup process is underway. The device is starting up. So now we're just waiting for it to reach the set mode. So in low mode, our ASIC has already reached the set hash rate. The auto-tune process took about 20 minutes. Now a clip will appear on the screen, showing the video of what I mentioned earlier. When we have a low hash rate and high power consumption, and in the upfrec completed column, instead of ones, there are zeros, meaning the auto-tune mode is running. This is normal behavior for the ASIC, so everything is fine. In low mode, 184 terahash, again, a stable value, but here in the summary block, there is some rounding because we can see here that the value isn't perfectly even, and the power consumption at this hash rate is 3632 watts. This is the low mode. Next we have the last mode left. Let's go to the power tab and select the high mode. Here, let me remind you that for the ASIC to operate in this mode, the voltage of the electrical network must be at least 230 volts. If the voltage is lower, this mode simply won't be applied. This is a very important point because many users choose this mode Apply it, the ASIC reboots, but continues to operate as before, for example, in normal mode. They think that something is wrong with the device. But in reality, it's low voltage in the electrical network and the ASIC will not operate in this mode. So we save the settings and simply wait for this mode to be fully applied, meaning that we actually wait until the current device retunes itself again. Well, the high mode, our ASIC has already reached its hash rate, which is 224 terahash at a consumption of 4,760 watts. We've collected all the data on the operating modes. You can see them in the table. And now we're moving on to calculating profitability. To determine profitability, we'll use the calculator on our website, BiXBiT.io. Let's go to the Calculator tab. And here we enter the results we obtained earlier. I'll calculate for the first mode, which was the normal mode, and the rest will be done in the same way. Here, we enter a hash rate of 205 terahash with a power consumption of 4,224 watts. Set the electricity cost to 4 cents per kilowatt hour. Let me remind you, if your electricity cost is different, you have all the ASIC operating parameters, so you can easily recalculate using the calculator. I'll be looking at the Bitcoin, and we get approximately $6.97 per day, roughly on average each and every day. As I said, we calculate the same way for the other modes. You can see all this data in the table that's now on the screen. Friends, that's all for today. I hope this video was useful for you. Subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave your comments. See you soon.